Hi, hello, how are you? Once again, I am welcoming to this video lecture. I am hopeful you are doing wonderful. Once again, I have prepared this video on the request of my dear student friends. This is Dr. A B JENA, Senior Assistant Professor, PG Department of Business Management, Fakirumad University, Balasore, Odisha. And today we will discuss about the debenture. As we know, company needs the fund. Company needs both the ownership capital as well as the borrowed capital. And today we will discuss the debenture. So debenture is the part of the borrowed capital. And debenture, without any delay, we will start our discussion. So debenture, this word has been derived from the Latin word debere, which means borrow. So debenture, it is nothing but it's the loan to the company. So the popular meaning of the debenture, it is an acknowledgement of a debt. Debt means a loan. Company will raise the capital through the issue of debenture capital to the general public. Okay. So now we will discuss the types of debenture. So normally there are the 5 types of debenture. So first one, on the basis of the redemption of the tenure. So we will discuss one by one. Okay, dear friends. So on the basis of the redemption or the tenure. Redemption means that is the repayment, return back. Redemption means, so on the basis of the redemption, it is divided in 2 parts: redeemable debentures and the irredeemable debentures. So redeemable debentures, what is the redeemable debentures? Redeemable debentures, or these are those debentures which are redeemed on the expiry of a certain time period. So company will redeem such types of redeemable debenture capital to the debenture holder after expiry of a certain time period. It may be the 8 years or 10 years. Come to the second one or second type, on the basis of the redemption of the tenure, it is irredeemable, just the reverse of the redeemable debentures. So these are those debentures which are not redeemed during the lifetime of the company. So when the company will go for the liquidation, at that time the company will repay or return back the debenture capital to the debenture holder. Come to the second one, on the basis of the conversion. Conversion means that is the change. So one will be changed to another one. On the basis of the conversion, it is divided in 2 parts. First one is convertible debenture and second one is that is the non-convertible debenture. What is convertible debenture? So these are those debentures which can be converted into the equity share. Dear friends, I hope you are clear. And the non-convertible debentures, what is this? Just the reverse of the convertible debenture. So these are those debenture, DEB, it's a debenture which cannot be converted into equity shares. Then on the basis of the security. So on the basis of the security, it is divided in 2 parts, that is the secured, or we can say that is the mortgage debenture, or unsecured, or it is known as simple or the naked debenture. So first one, what is the meaning of secured or the mortgage debenture? So these are those debentures which are issued with a charge on assets of the company. So company will issue the such types of debenture by giving the mortgage of its assets. In the case of, suppose company will be the failure, or company is a failure with regard to the payment of interest and the repayment of a principal amount. So in this situation, the debenture holder can sell the mortgage assets in the market and can get back the principal amount. Unsecured or simple or naked debenture, so this is the just reverse of the secured or the mortgage debenture. So these debentures do not carry any mortgage on the assets of the company with regard to the payment of interest and the repayment of a principal amount. I hope you are clear. Then on the fourth one category, on the basis of registration or transfer. So it's divided in two parts. So first one is that is the registered debenture, second one is the bearer debenture. So dear friends, so now first we will discuss what is the meaning of a bearer debenture. What is this? So these are those debentures which are transferred, which can be transferred by the way of delivery. The company does not keep any record of the debenture holder about the name, other information of the debenture holder will not be maintained in the case of a bearer debenture, whereas in the registered debentures, these are those debentures which are registered by the company, and the company will maintain or will keep the records about the information, name, etc., other information of the debenture holder. Come to the last part, the types of debenture on the basis of the rank or on the basis of the priority. It's divided in two parts. First one is the preferred or the first debenture. So the debenture capital. So debenture capital is repaid first. Debenture capital is repaid first in the event of winding of the company. Sorry, let's see, the debenture capital is paid first in the event of winding of a company. When the company will go into liquidation, the first the company will pay the debenture capital to the preferred or first debenture holder categories. And the second one, it's the ordinary or the second debentures. What is this? The debenture capital which is repaid after the repayment of a first debenture capital in the event of winding of a company. So dear friends, now are clear. Now we will discuss what is the difference between the debenture and the share. Okay, dear friends, now we will distinguish between the shares and the debentures. So there are 11 bases. By taking into the 11 bases, easily we can compare in between the shares and the debenture. First one is meaning, which we have already discussed. So share is the part of the capital, whereas debenture is an acknowledgement of a debt. Second one, holding. The person who holds the share known as the shareholders. The person who holds the share is known as shareholders, whereas in the case of a debenture, the person who holds the debenture is known as debenture holders. On the basis of the status, the shareholders are the owner of the company. Equity shareholders are the owner of the company, whereas debenture holders are the creditors for the company. Next one, fourth one, it says that is the return. The shareholder gets the dividend and carries the high return. Shareholder, dear friends, you have to remember, shareholders get the dividend, whereas the debenture holder will get the interest, and the debenture holder get the interest, and it's also moderate return. Moderate return means it's not high or it's not low. Then the payment of a return. So the shareholder will get the dividend not in the fixed rate, but it depends upon the divisible profit of the company. If there is more profit, then the shareholder will get more profit, whereas the debenture holder will get the fixed rate of interest, and this is paid irrespective of profit or the loss, which we have already discussed in the case of that is in the case of the types of the debentures. Then next one, it's the voting rights. It's the most powerful weapon to the shareholder. So shareholders have the voting rights, whereas the debenture holder have no voting rights. Then the participation in the management process of the company, the shareholder can participate, equity shareholder can participate in the management process of the company, whereas the debenture holder cannot participate in the management process of the company. So the basis for comparison, it's the repayment of capital. So shareholder or share capital is returned back after repayment of a debenture capital. Whereas the debenture holder, to debenture holder, a company repays the debenture capital before repayment of a share capital to the shareholder. The next one is conversion. So shares cannot be converted into debenture, whereas the debentures can be converted into share. Next one, it say that is the types. What are the different types of the shares? Mainly, so these are ordinary shares, or we can say that is the common share and the preference share. Whereas the debentures, we have already discussed the different types of debentures. So these may be redeemable debenture, irredeemable debenture, secured debenture, or convertible debenture, etc. Then last but not the least, the basis of comparison is the risk. Okay, the investment into share is the high risk, because okay, the shareholder can get the high return on the basis of the divisible profit, whereas the investment into debenture is having with the moderate risk. So these are the basis of a comparison. I hope, dear friends, now are clear, and it's the most interesting part of this video lecture. Normally the shares or debentures may be issued, or a company will issue the shares and debentures at par, at a premium, at a discount. Okay, let's take an example. Suppose the share price is rupees how much? 100. If the company will issue one share at a rupees of 100, it's known as that is the share at par. It's equal with or at par with the face value. So face value means that is the printed price. That is the printed price of the shares. Then at a discount, when shares are sold or issued more than the face value. Suppose company will issue more than 100 rupees, I mean rupees 110. So it's known as that is the shares issued at a premium. So 10 rupees, the differential rupees 10 rupees, it's the income to the company and it's the loss to the shareholders. And at the last part, it's at a discount, when shares are issued or sold less than the face value. So here in same example, suppose it's rupees 90. So it's less than the face value. I mean here the shareholder will get the profit, and it's the differential 10 rupees, it's the loss to the company. So these are all about today's discussion. So once again I am requesting to all of you, kindly you share it, kindly you subscribe it, kindly you forward it, and the PDF format, the PDF of this video lecture is also available in the description links. Thanks a million to all of you. Thanks.